All right, welcome back. My ladder came, which means I can install some downspouts. So let's see if the length of this one fits. Okay, that is not bad. This actually looks like it has a little piece that I might be able to remove, but I definitely don't have any other bending sections to put onto there. So let's see if maybe that will come off easily. Oh yeah, super easy. Okay. So for now, I think that might actually work. I should probably clean these first. They've been sitting in the dirt over there for a while and they're pretty nasty looking, so before I go any further, I think I'm probably just going to give these guys a good clean, and that's probably going to be it for today. So let's do that. Alright, so this guy is all cleaned up, looking much better, and I think I'm just going to tack it to the gutter downspout up there, and then we'll fasten it to the side of the house. Okay, so I know that these little self-tapping gutter screws are probably not the right thing to use to attach this to the siding. But honestly, I don't have anything better, and they are kind of nice because they're short, so I don't think they're going to pierce through the full depth of the siding, and that hopefully shouldn't cause any leak issues or anything like that. So I'm just going to go for it. But I am going to get this level at least. All right, not bad. So this definitely needs to be improved. There needs to be a bend here that shoots this water out further, and so this splash block can end on the other side of this wall. But for now, this is better than it was, so awesome. So it looks like this downspout goes right there. It's about the right length. This one also ends pretty close to the ground. But I'm going to install it for now. I'm back. It's the next day, and yeah, I realized that this is totally not the correct downspout for this spot. Oh yeah. Already way better. Alright, but this bush is still in the way, and I'm very doubtful that that is going to yield any nice looking foliage, so I think I'm just going to get rid of it. Nope. Nope. Much easier. Here we go. Nice. So one thing I did today is go to Lowe's, and I got some more elbows. So what I want to happen is for this to elbow out at a decent height, and then have a downspout extension going from here out to here. And I also got some tin snips, so I'm gonna try to figure out where this elbow should be and where the extension should be, trim this guy off, and then get this all set up nicely. So I will cut this off right below this stuck on tree helicopter, so right about there. Oop. Let's go into the garage. All right. then we can attach this together. I don't really like these very much. They're kind of weirdly decorative in a pointy way that I don't like, and they just seem too big and conspicuous. I found some really nice, really inconspicuous straps that actually just clip on from behind, so I think I'm going to take these off for this gutter at least and use those nicer, slimmer clips. Snips, nice and heavy duty, and I want to cut this right about here. So I think what I'm going to do is actually cut up to that point and then try to go across. Let's see how this works out. Oh, there's a nice slug inside there, and would love that. Cool. Not the most beautiful cut ever for sure. But hopefully that'll work. Alright, the next thing to do here is to crimp this so it fits this inside of it. Or it fits inside this one, rather. One thing I learned watching some videos here is that you always want, when the water is falling in this direction, for this piece to go inside this one so you don't have any chance of leakage. And I'm also realizing I need to attach this together, so let me do that really quick. And I'm pretty sure you can do this just with some needle nose pliers, so I'm going to give it a shot here. Alright, success. Last thing to do, fasten these guys together. Alright, let's go see if it fits. Just going to clear out some of the junk here first. This is a job for another day for sure. This was the more inconspicuous clip that I was talking about. So this just attaches to the back here after you attach it to the wall. And yeah, much nicer than those front straps, I think. Yep, right there is good. So I'm going to push this bracket into the wall of the siding here and hold it with my finger. And then I'm going to put a single screw into it. There we go. And I do need to get this figured out better here, this plant situation, but for now, I think just doing that, setting that there, will be nice. So hopefully this water will now come down, come out, and run that way, which is downhill. Yeah. Not too bad. So I had kind of hoped that I would be able to trim the bottom of this with it still attached to the wall, and I might be able to, but I think it's going to be a lot easier in the garage. And since I'm planning on replacing these straps anyway, probably with a single one of those little clips that I put on the last one, I think I'm just going to take this down, which makes me regret a little bit putting this up yesterday, because now I'm going to have these holes where the screws are and the siding, but I can always come back later and fill out with a little outdoor spackle or something. So I'm going to get this taken off. Well, I guess that's why you need to screw the whole thing together. Okay, so same process with this one. Hopefully I'll be a little bit better with the tin snips this time. But first things first, getting rid of this old strapping on here. Oh yeah, look at that. Got a nice angle on that, so the water is going to drain down nicely. Nice and straight and level. Don't mind the dents. Up to attached at the top. And this fastener here, much more just nice and clean, secure, and conspicuous. Perfect. Unfortunately, I think I have to do the same thing to this one. Alright, back to snipping. So really what I should do is wait till I have this full piece so I know exactly how high to cut it. But I'm impatient. I want to get this on and I can finish this later. So I think I'm just going to attach this to where I estimated I need to cut it. And then I'll come back next weekend when I have time to get more parts and finish this off. This would be much easier if I had a chop saw. Actually, you know what? I have a hacksaw. Let me try that. I have like this tiny baby hacksaw. I think I got this when we lived in our apartment for some random project, but let's see if this works. Gonna make my corner relief cuts. You know, actually I might try something a little different this time. I'm gonna cut actually like a little triangle out of here so it has room to kind of pinch in. So this seems about right. I think if we have another elbow on here, it's going to take it down to about there. And then the other elbow is going to take it down to about there. And then the downspout extension is going to come out. And then we can drain with the splash block out here instead of right by the house. So hopefully I estimated correctly. Okay. The next weekend, I've got my parts, so it's time to finish this guy off. The only last thing I might consider doing here is adding another one of these clips down here. This is a little bit floppier than I'd like. What I really probably should have done is put this one down here so it's as close to the, point of most leverage as possible. But this is good for now. It's way, way better than it was. So I'm gonna call it good. All right, so now that I'm a pro, this one should go really quickly, hopefully. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna try something probably kind of dumb. I don't have any great tools to cut this right now. I really need to get a chop saw, a miter saw, and I've been trying to buy a used one off of like Facebook Marketplace or something, but so far no luck. I kind of want to just get through this quickly, so I'm gonna see if this angle grinder works. I think it probably will, but it's maybe not going to be pretty. Let's find out. Proper safety equipment, of course, eyes and ears. Success. Now, why use a hand tool when you can use a power tool? The last downspout and the hardest one, but I've got a gaggle of pieces over there in the garage, and I'm hoping it's like a mix of A elbows and B elbows and extensions. I'm hoping I can get this to wind its way around that electrical conduit and then come out here somewhere in the driveway. And if I can get that to happen, I don't think I need a downspout, a splash block, because this driveway has sort of a nice little, curb elbow type thing that directs the water nicely that way. So if I can get it out onto the asphalt, then we should be good to go. So let's get started. I thought this was going to be okay, but honestly this is terrible. This is really awkward looking, and when you pull in the driveway you can see this giant white downspout sticking out. I mean, it's working great, honestly. It's rained a little bit since I last installed this, and the water is draining off in the driveway nicely, but really this needs to go this way, so when you pull up the driveway you don't see it, and this should be just fine. The water will drain off from here down there, and it'll be much more hidden, much less sticking out in the way for me or someone else to, snag their leg on that or something. So I'm just gonna fix it. I got an A elbow from Home Depot, and I'm just gonna swap this out and have this come this way, and we should be good to go after that. Okay, still not beautiful, but much less conspicuous and terrible when you pull up the driveway. I don't think we'll even be able to see this. And I think the water, especially if it has some velocity coming this way, will still make it out past the dirt just fine and should roll off that way. So I'm going to call this much better for now, and when this electrical box gets replaced, I'll come in and just do a much nicer job of this, get new elbows for this part and everything so it's not as nasty. But yeah, good for now. Hey, Future Andy here, with a quick message before I go. And I thought I would mention this because I kind of breezed over it in the main video, but when I was first researching this project, I almost bought gutter crimpers, which is a specialized tool. It's like $35, $45, but that's probably more than I spent on all of the downspout elbows and extensions and stuff that I bought for this entire project. And I figured if I don't technically need the tool and it's just going to sit around in the garage for 10 years and gather rust, why buy it? So the best method I found for crimping a downspout after you cut it was to make those larger triangular corner relief cuts and then just use needle nose pliers to bend in the edges. And that lets one piece fit into the next one super easily. And I probably did that, 5 to 8 times on this project. Worked super well each time. So anyway, that's it. Save some money. If you're like me and you're only going to do this 2 or 3 times in your life, probably don't buy the tool. All right. See you in the next episode.